Hello fellow adventurers, welcome back to another video on the start of a new build. Yes, the start of a very new build, the North American P51B Mustang Tuskegee edition. Tuskegee. Very interesting kit so far, so let's have a quick look in here so far. Yes, I know the bag is not, the bits are not in the bag where they were before or I started filming, simply because of the fact that I've already washed over the parts so that the glue and the paint will find it a lot easier to get the parts together. It's a decent size aircraft. It's the same scale as the Dauntless build that we finished a couple of weeks ago. So my apologies for not being on camera for quite some time. I have not been well, but thank goodness I'm getting there slowly. I'm still getting out of breath more than I should be, but I'm getting there. Progress is better than no progress. Yes, and I have actually found out that this particular aircraft is still around and still in its iconic livery, which at the end of the series, like we do normally, we will go and find out genuine pictures of this particular aircraft, not just the history of this aircraft, but also, oh yes, of course, not forgetting the glass canopy. Like we've done before with the Vampire and the Dauntless, we will go at the very end of the series. We will do the history of this aircraft and this particular aircraft, as we are actually able to do it because there's more identifying features on this particular aircraft, unlike the Dauntless. So the instructions are there. You're welcome to pause them now if you want to have a sneak preview of the history of this aircraft, but I will be mentioning that history when at the end of the series. Fair enough, the instructions doesn't say anything about painting but the cockpit, but I think I will, simply because of the fact that you're bound to be able to see a little bit of the cockpit, so it's best to just paint it now and then rather than regret it later. Because knowing my luck, I will regret it. I hope everyone has things have been going well for them. Let's see. Only downside about this kit, which is the sprues, the actual way they tell you which sprue is what is hard to see thanks to it's shiny. But yeah, that's the seat. We just gotta find. Let's see. That's C. So we want C, and then D. We may as well do D first, as we got D in our hand. So D11. Got off any extra bits that shouldn't be on there. We will be going over that with our trusty file in a moment. Right, C. Definitely worse, get cards and Scrabble. Right, C. A bit difficult not to notice that piece here. There, see? Yes, oh yeah, and one thing I will say while I'm getting this little piece ready, the parts ready, the channel does have its own Facebook page. So if you want to have sneak peeks of what goes on behind the scenes and what I get up to that doesn't end up getting on camera, right, we'll sort out the tanks, the fuel drop tanks in a moment because we'll do the cockpit first. Quite simple enough in fairness. You've got the cockpit here. Let's just double check, make sure it is simple because oh my luck, I'll say it's simple and then mess it up. But no, it's alright. That's the front of the cockpit, so pretty much. I see. Another piece that needs to be cut off, a bit of a sprue. Right, that's that done. That's a nice fit in actually already. Yeah, I think I will definitely paint this because it's just wouldn't right paint. You got this piece. Oop, nearly. There we go. We got the instrument panel in front of the seat, and then I'm guessing. By the way, fellow Rangers, I have not used any glue yet. I'm bound to use some glue just to really secure it all in anyway. Compared to the vampire build and the Dauntless, this is seeming to be a lot simpler. There we go. Not bad. Yeah, I think I'll definitely paint that. It just wouldn't feel right to me that no paint. I know it doesn't say you need paint, but it's just a piece of just me. At the end of the day, it just don't feel right. Don't worry, everyone. And I will go to time lapse before I actually start properly painting. But if I remember right, if I'm using the Dauntless as a rough estimate, they use this sort of green as inside the cockpit. It's so if you're new to this channel, you may not have seen this bit, but if you're not new, I always make a point of doing it because of the fact that you could be new. Right, you don't know how long. I know how long a paint's have been stood for, but let's say, for example, you just bought it from the shop, but you don't know how long it's been in that shop. So always get a bit of sprue that you don't need. Just mix up the paint. Nice consistency so that pretty much, and then because I've washed these down already, there's no problems regarding anything, the paint sticking or anything. So, right, we will get on with the paint, so we will get on to time lapse. I shall see you after time lapse. Right, that's most of the cockpit painted. Now for the bombs or fuel tank. I'm going to guess from looking at them, they're drop tanks. So right, C4. I'm guessing from what we got here, there's two. I will be honest, is annoying that you gotta look twice at where the numbers are because they've not really made them stick out as well as they should. But hey ho, it's the way it goes. That's one drop tank. If I remember right, most American and British aircraft became fighter bombers near the end of the war. Let's see, sometimes if you've left the glue for a while, it's without glue, you'll get a little bit of glue sticking on the end, preventing. I wonder if that'll come up on the camera. Yeah, see? Right, we shan't need too much simply because of the fact we're only sticking these drop tanks together, and then you get the female and you get the male part. Come on now. There we go. That's one. And one drop tank done. On to the second drop tank. Oh, the joys of tremors. Oh, typical. Because this kit is quite simple in a way, we might be putting the fuselage together on this episode. Oh yes, if you come across little bits like this, and let's see if the camera will see it. Come on, camera, focus. Do I gotta buy a full focus just for you to focus? There we go. I'm not buying the focus. Right, you see that bit by there? You get a file like so. Just filing down slightly. But we probably won't be seeing these drop tanks again till near the end of the build. All because pretty much not until we start painting. Might end up putting a little drop more glue on them simply because the fact that it is not sticking as well as I'd like it to together. But I will research into what they actually look like because if I remember right, to prevent the enemy from reusing these drop tanks, they were made out of cardboard, so that essentially once they hit the ground, they were guaranteed not to survive. If or one of the other, all the oil tank cap bottles. I don't know. I think it was to do with aircraft as well, but I could be wrong on that one, and I'm happy to admit if I am wrong. Right. This should be dried up enough. Come on. Damn tremors. Yep, dried up. And that's the choice of what it's Tamiya water-based paint is that it's a very fast drying paint. Sadly, unlike the Vampire and the Dauntless, there's no water slide transfer to go into the actual cockpit, but still, that's the way it goes. But while we're sorting out the fuselage and making sure all that's prepared, we'll just add a little bit more greenish paint around the edges around by here. Simply because it don't feel right to having that paint there. Your mileage may vary, but mine tells me I need a little bit of green there. So right, we'll get on with that, and once that's set, we will move on to the fuselage. Right, fellow Rangers, we've just finished that little bit of painting just to make it look a little bit more uniform, and as you can see, it's looking more uniform now. Let's come on, focus. That's it. Yeah, look, it's looking more accurate as it should be. It may not be the accurate colors, but unless the kit tells me what color I need to paint, I can't go. I don't know. Right. 3 things we need before the end of this. Well, technically 4 things, but we'll get there in a moment. And is one of 2 things that we need first is the fuselage. I had to think that the P51 Mustang became the icon after it had the British Merlin engine. Let's see. No, that's the sprue from another kit. That was from the Dauntless build. Right. See. No, that's D. That's C because we need it's got the actual nose wheel on it as well. Right. C6. Hello, C6. Right. The antenna, I believe, with the nose, not the nose wheel, this is the tail dragger. Oh. Yes, all P51s are tail draggers. As if you're wondering what tail dragger means, essentially, you got a wheel on the back rather than on the front, and on the actual tail. Right. Can I reach him from here? Yes, I can. Yes, you should be able to build one. Yes, this is, if you're wondering, that is this is the stands that I use to display the models. The only reason why the Dauntless didn't have a stand is essentially because of the fact that I could not put a stand on it without messing up the underneath, or disturbing the underneath, as I was trying to say, but English at that particular moment deluded me. Right, I should be back with you now in a moment, my fellow Rangers. After actually looking into that, yes, that is correct. So a little tab of glue just to secure it. I don't think it needs it, but it's better to play it safe now than struggle later, because knowing my luck, and my luck is known for being pretty bad, that if I'm trying to fiddle it while painting the aircraft, it might come off, and then it might be too difficult then to paint the build back into it at that stage. Right. Wait, do we know where the antenna goes? It goes there. There we go. And then, of course, fuselage together. Once we get this fuselage together, everyone, and we will get, once we've done, because essentially this is a quite simple build, so we'll get the fuselage and the rings put together, and then we'll call it a day then from there, because we don't want to make this series too small, and we want to make sure that the glue's had plenty of time to dry. Because, of course, we want this to be the best that we can make it. Right, let's just see. I should be able to work. But we'll soon see. If I can do it without cutting the fuselage, I'd like to do that. Simply, hello, my finger's got radio. All we live is Radio Gaga. That's just me saying that one bit of song. Don't copyright that bit. I am a massive fan of Queen, but at the same time, I don't think they want the money rights from the world's smallest YouTube channel. Come on, antenna, back where you belong. You know you want to go back there, really. That's it, antenna. Right, now we got to figure out how to get this standing without cutting the body. Because if I can get the body on without having to cut the body to suit it, then that would be nice. But if I have to, I will. No, unfortunately, I'm going to have to. Because it's just enough for it to not close properly, and the rest of the aircraft, of course, fits together as snug as it should do, but that's stopping it. So we will stop filming for a minute, get that together. We'll cut a little bit out so that we can get that to close up properly, and I will be with you in just a moment. Right, fellow Rangers, some time has gone past since the last bit of footage I've done, simply because of the fact that it was a little bit harder to get the wings together than I first thought. But as I pretty much had the aircraft, all the wings together, I thought I may as well just get on with fitting them to the fuselage and use some masking tape on the cockpit. Our little aircraft is getting along quite smoothly, I think. Mustang B. I do prefer the B compared to the D, simply because of the fact that I prefer the look of the cockpit over the D. Magnificent aircraft. Right, that'll be the end for this episode. Next time we'll be getting on with putting the wings on and then starting the paint, because that'll make life a lot easier if we do it now. If you have enjoyed this video, please put a like on it, and if this is your very first video, please subscribe to the channel to see more. And also, just to let you know, the channel does have its own Facebook page. Links to that will be in the description below. But till next time, fellow Rangers, this is the Lone Ranger, signing off.